Hi Aries, this is your October forecast for the month. Okay, so we start off the month with the Mercury retrograde, and this Mercury retrograde is happening in your seventh house. Now, Mercury retrogrades can create miscommunication. People from the past show up, past experiences, taking a trip down memory lane, technology difficulties, and travel plans. They become delayed. So make sure when you make an appointment to confirm the time. When you're arriving, check, double check, and signing off contracts, try not to do it during a Mercury retrograde. Okay? If you gotta do it, read, reread, and continue reading until you are certain. Back up all information as well. Okay? Read emails, read texts. Now, this Mercury retrograde, like I said, is happening in your seventh house. This is the house of relationships, personally and professionally. So you're going to be thinking here a lot about this. This is where people from the past can come back into your life, or professionally or personally. A lot of releasing is happening in the house of relationships for you. This is the energy where you feel like you need new relationships around you, a new way of connecting professionally and personally. If you started anything before the 23rd of September, it can come through though during this Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrogrades are great for completing. So if you were negotiating anything, be it a job, a career, choices that needed to be made, where you have to either or met someone before the Mercury retrograde, this is a great time to complete and cultivate things. But know that this Mercury retrograde is in that seventh house. So you can have miscommunication with people at work. You can have miscommunication with people that are in a romantic setting with you. You can have miscommunication with family members. This can really set the communication when it comes to the house of relationships, negotiations, and partnerships in disarray. So be gentle with yourself and make sure you speak clearly. Be direct, right? And clear up any confusion if someone is confused. Throughout the month, we have Mars in the seventh house. So Mars is motivation and it's action, as well as a bit of sexual energy when it comes to the house of relationships. Okay, so this would want you to take action when it comes to who you partner up with, when it comes to negotiations, when it comes to your career, how you communicate with others in your career because of your partners, all of that energy. And as well as within your personal relationships, you'll feel motivated to say what you need to say. You'll be motivated to pursue someone, whether it's new or whether in a personal setting. Watch out though, because Mars can also create conflict, right? When it comes to others. Look at Mars as the god of war too. So it gives that energy of, that kind of very fiery energy. I mean, your ruler is Mars, so that's the energy of it. So that energy is within the house of relationships. Make sure that you're not coming across too fiery. Be direct, but in a sense where you are saying what you mean and mean what you say, but not in an aggressive tone. And watch the aggressiveness from others, as well as you need to create some healthy boundaries around you and not accept that. Now we have a new moon happening in the seventh house as well. This is all about reaching out, connection, connecting to someone, especially a love interest. Go out there, put yourself out there, Aries. And if it's an existing relationship, once again, the new moon wants you to put yourself out there, create that new beginning. All relationships have new beginnings, whether they're old relationships or even existing relationships, because each day is a new day. So this is a new way and a new way of moving forward within relationships. And there is an element of letting go and releasing old relationships that no longer serve you. Aries, sometimes you can be very, stuck in that essence when it comes to relationships and letting it go. And realizing that sometimes certain people are just not meant, and letting and releasing that, especially in that Mercury retrograde. On the 8th, Venus is in your 9th house. Okay. Venus in the 9th house is all about travel, finding passionate things to learn, to teach, to research, to learn about, and also spiritual energy. The 9th house is all about that spiritual energy where you go on adventure, you have an experience and it changed the way you view things, but you find passion in it. Passion in your adventures, passion in experiences. Any day you can have an adventure. All you have to do is go outside and try something new and find out how it makes you feel. You're more likely to find things that actually you are passionate about, that you actually want to try. Travel, small trips, going around, There's a very busy, exciting energy, even meeting people that are foreign as well, different cultures, that kind of energy. On the 18th, Mercury goes direct, which is great because now the communication eases off. You know, we don't have that misunderstandings. We can communicate easily. We can sign things, but watch out. We still have pre-shadow period all the way into the 2nd of November. So just watch that energy. But yes, it starts lightening, easing off gradually. On the 20th, we have a full moon in the first house. Here we are. We've been dealing with all these relationships, right? Now the 20th, that full moon in the first house is about you and what you need to do. What is important to you? What you need to release? You've been going through so much of relationship stuff, personally, professionally. Yeah, you're like thinking, what do I need to close the door on? And you finally have the energy to do it. A full moon in the house of self is where we just purge things. We release. A full moon is about releasing. House of self is about you. What do you need to release that no longer you need to carry? And you got this, Aries. Okay, on the 24th, we have the sun moving into your 8th house. And on the 30th, Mars is in the 8th house. This is about payments, loans, debts, pension, anything which is a financial institution where you are receiving money. Okay, the sun will illuminate this. It brings opportunities towards this. Research it, investment, partners' money. Mars gives you the energy to take action. You'll be thinking about investing and how you manage your money and what you need to do with your money. Do you need to invest in yourself and study something to take yourself to another level? You know, all of those things, this is very encouraging. What do you need to do that will boost your finances by investing within you? Is it time that you need to invest? There's all sorts of things we can do to invest in the 8th house. So think of the 8th house of the house of investments, especially when it comes to finances, and also payouts too, when it comes to loans. Also, you can want to pay on some debts too with that energy in the 8th house. Now the 8th house is a deep house. It's a house of transformation. This is a process of transformation that you'll be going through, of healing too, and vulnerability. The 8th house is very intriguing. It's the occult, the spiritual experiences, and enlightening yourself. Becoming aware. This is through astrology, chakra balances, crystals, numerology, color therapy, essential oils. All of that energy. Candles, you know, where you basically lighting a candle to have a beautiful meditation. 8th house. Research, being vulnerable, sharing yourself. You'll actually want to take action to share yourself more personally with that energy in the 8th house, but obviously with people that you trust. Thank you so much for watching. My website's linked down below for a reading. You can support my channel through my PayPal, and thank you.